What's up everybody, Flashwing here. So, oh my god, I'm sorry it's been forever since I've posted a vlog. It's been several weeks. I've got a bunch of stuff that is ready to go in some form or another. It's just been weeks of distractions and some family emergencies and things that have occupied my attention. So I'm very sorry for the lack of content. So first thing is I'm trying the GP shift pattern today. The switchover is super quick. It was like a 5-second change. So let's see, some fun stuff that happened this past weekend. Had a buddy of mine who unexpectedly bought himself a brand new 2013 ZX10, and it was kind of a fun experience and interesting set of stories I thought I would share with you guys. I love the experience of buying cars and buying bikes. It's so much fun in my opinion, and I actually used to sell cars for a brief period of time, about 9 months. A buddy of mine, we were going over to Bob's Biker Bash last weekend. It's a big biker event. About 90% Harleys.
Hey.
How's it going?
Put your back wheel against the curb, have a good time.
All right, we're just park anywhere? Or?
We're in here.
Sounds good, thanks. It's an aspect of the motorcycle culture that I just don't get. I wouldn't fit in. I guess that's probably the best way to describe it. I just wouldn't fit in on Harleys. But so we show up there. We were gonna go riding. My buddy hasn't been out riding in a couple of months, and we show up, and I was like, hey, I want to check this event out. A couple of friends of mine are going. And so we show up at the dealer, and my buddy I told him I thought it was at the Harley dealer, but there's like a Harley, Cowie, Honda, Euro. It's all one overall dealership. It's go easy. So we show up, and he's like, oh, I didn't realize there was going to be sport bike dealers here. And he's like, hey, let's go check out some used bikes. So my buddy when I first met him about a year ago, had a lot of bikes. He loves motorcycles. The fact that he was shopping is not unusual. But so we go into the Cowie dealership. He's a Kawasaki guy, and we're looking around, and he's like, he's asking if they've got any used 1000s, and they're like, no, we really don't. But there's a 2013 ZX10 sitting on the showroom floor that they'd had since they came out. It's been there for a year or so, and my buddy makes him some ridiculous offer. He's like, give me this for the bike, and I'll walk out of here with it. And they came pretty close, but it was hilarious because that was not what we had planned to do that day. We ended up scrapping our plans to go up north, and instead we decided to go out around the city. Because the mechanic told us that we had to break it in hard, and so we broke it in hard. Clips, as we screech to a halt here on the highway, and I have to remember to shift up and not down. Now here's a couple of clips, like when my buddy first bought the bike. He first rolled up on it.
Yeah. There it is. Smile, you're on YouTube, bitch.
Oh, I'm on YouTube.
Sounds great.
Quiet.
Well, yeah, stock exhaust will do that to you.
That's a nice part when you leave with this many police in the area. They won't be able to identify just your bike.
Not yet, no. Like, it was a white bike, and I went that way.
It didn't have that sound I couldn't identify. Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, right? Awesome.
Did you just buy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bike. And it was funny because in some cases I think I was more excited about him buying the bike than he was. And it's just the nature of buying cars or buying bikes. You know, I find the experience exciting. And it should be. Buying a bike or a car, I mean, it's the most expensive thing next to a house that you're ever going to purchase, and it's a big deal. I mean, if you're financing, you know, your vehicle, you're going to be stuck with it for a few years, and it's a big deal, and it should be a lot of fun. And when I started selling cars, I mean, I'm an IT guy, so selling cars is not exactly my career path. So I started doing IT contracting work, and I landed this gig working for a company doing their PC purchasing. They were really behind in orders, and very, very quickly I ended up becoming the only guy for a 15,000 employee company doing all of their PC purchasing. I mean, I purchased every printer, every keyboard, every tower, every piece of software, every personal peripheral that the company needed. I had to process, buy, ship, and Hewlett-Packard, and I was doing all of this, and it was a tremendous opportunity, and I managed to screw it up. I have sleep apnea, and if you're not familiar with what sleep apnea is, feel free to look up if you want details, but the basics of it are you stop breathing when you sleep. Well, you can imagine when you stop breathing while you sleep, it doesn't exactly lead to a night of well-rested sleep. So I was having a serious problem with falling asleep at work on the job. And one of my coworkers had reported to my boss that that I was snoozing on the job, and I was always so exhausted that I just could not stay awake. I would fall asleep and hit my head right on my keyboard, and as a result I lost my job. So when my contracting company called me and told me, hey, you know, tomorrow's your last day, I started scrambling. And I called a friend of mine at a Mazda dealership and told him that I needed a job. And so I went in and I interviewed with the sales manager. My buddy ran internet sales. And the sales manager was hilarious. He was just like, you know, son, he's like, you've heard all the stories about, you know, people getting screwed on deals and throwing keys on the top of rooftops to prevent people from leaving and having their cars blocked in by salespeople, and, you know, the fights and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, I've heard about that. He's like, well, it's all true. All of it's true. And I was like, what? He's like, but that's not the worst of it. The worst of it is that's just the tip of the iceberg. He's like, you don't see all the stuff that happens in the back room, all the deals and all the backstabbing and stuff, and I didn't care because I needed a job. I was like, I don't really care unless I'm getting stuck with pitchforks and knives or something. I'm good to go. So I mean, I've done sales. I have plenty of sales experience, and I consider myself to be a personable person. So I took the job, and you know, I just it was tough. It was real tough. But there is a part of me that misses the job because there, you know, the excitement of people buying cars. It was always so much fun, and you know, when I'm having fun, the customer's having fun, and when the customer has fun, I have fun. You know, it sort of feeds off of each other. Always a good time, and I've always enjoyed buying cars. But well, I mean, I enjoy being a spectator. As weird as that is. My buddy bought his bike and it was a good time. I was really excited, and then went out and rode it. It's a beautiful bike. Got lots of power. So, but it was a good day, and it was a lot of fun, and the sales guys were really cool. In fact, the sales dude, my buddy's originally from Ohio, and I think the sales guy was from Michigan. And you know, we're all Midwestern guys, so appreciate everybody's patience on the month of Insanity. And thank you very much for all of your responses to the month of Insanity. The homecoming episode, utterly fantastic. You guys really knocked it out of the park with the comments, and thank you very much for all the support. That's been my favorite video so far. I've been waiting so long since I got back to show that video to you guys and to share my story. So I'm really, really glad you were all very enthusiastic about it. Thank you very much. Take care. I'll talk to you soon, and we will see you out there.